terrible. Larry, I'm stunned. As a conservative, how can we do a better job of patiently explaining the good things that the president is doing?
We are in a big, fat...
Ortiz, thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Larry, thank you. I appreciate it as well.
Alfredo, 313,000 jobs created last month. And, of course, if Hillary were president, the number would have been the same.
I didn't realize you were a comedian, Larry.
I'm here all week.
Yeah, no. I don't think that would be the case. I think we'd be looking at very different numbers, Larry.
Now, you guys played a huge role. I know that Newt helped your team strategy. Talk to us about what you guys did.
Yeah, so absolutely. And Newt was so instrumental. I mean, as a person who had been there, done that, right, he was able to do this once before, and he was able to do this with our help again this time around in 2017. But we were out there really advocating that this tax that happened in 2017. There was a lot of conversation amongst our leadership that we could wait until 2018 to start having these conversations and try to pass this taxes. But with this being an election year, we certainly didn't think that was going to be possible. And so we really advocated and pushed hard to make sure that this was going to happen before year-end 2017, and it did. And I have to tell you, our small business owners that I talk to across the country, they are super excited about it, and they're ready to rock and roll.
Alfredo, I know that about a month ago, the tax cut bill was unpopular. Within 1 month, it switched, and now the majority of Americans support it. Part of it is because of the cuts to individuals. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so on the individual side, and that's the beauty of this bill, it really is everybody really benefit. I mean, first, Americans in every single tax bracket got a tax cut. And that means that families get to keep more of their paychecks. It's that easy. It's good for them. It's good for the economy. And frankly, because they have now more money to spend, it drives demand across our economy. And I think that's why we're seeing that. Consumer confidence is really at an all-time high. Here's an important one, and we're not hearing enough about this because people aren't going to fully see the benefit of it quite yet. But the standard deduction was doubled, and that means that families don't pay a single dime of income of taxes on their first $24,000. I mean, think about it. It went from $12,000 to $24,000, where not a dime of income tax can be paid. So, and then on small businesses, again, which is what we've been, pushing for really since we launched our Bring Small Business Back campaign back in 2016. They got a 20% tax cut, basically deduction for pass-through business income, which is really a fancy name for Main Street small businesses, which, Larry, as you know all too well, Main Street small businesses in this country, they represent 2/3 of new job growth. And really, they are the backbone of our economy, and we're so excited to see that happen.
My guest is Alfredo Ortiz. He is a member of the United States Chamber of Commerce, president and CEO of Job Creators Network. He's got a lot of experience, by the way, in the consumer products industry. He's worked targeting the Hispanic market, considered to be one of the leading experts in the field. Now, talk to me about wages. We're finally seeing, Alfredo, wages rising for workers.
Yeah, we really are. As you can, I'm sure you've...
And we lost
are increasing their wages. Hello, Larry?
Yeah, I hear you. You're kind of going in and out, but I hear you right now.
Okay, great. Yes, I apologize for that. A lot of folks have seen increases in their wages. And frankly, I think you've heard of that 5 to 15. I think this tax cut bill that President Trump actually signed into law has done more for that 5 to 15 movement than the movement itself. Mm-hmm. Wages are moving in the right direction, and this has been a big, big boon and a positive piece for all of our American workers.
Alfredo, talking about regulations is not sexy, but I keep saying Ronald Reagan. I wonder why. What President Trump has done is dramatically cut these regulations.
Oh, my God, and it has been amazing. When we were on our tour back again, I mentioned the Bring Small Business Back tour that we did in 2016. There were 3 things that small business owners identified were really holding them back. It was overtaxation, overregulation, and lack of access to capital and credit. With this one piece, and hopefully we'll have a chance to talk about this, but association health plans. This is something that President Trump signed an executive order. He's asked the Department of Labor to start helping small business owners so they can have affordable, not just access, but affordable health insurance. That's one of the main things that they said was an issue for them. Overtaxation, well, guess what? President Trump took care of that. And now, some of these changes on the Dodd-Frank and the whole banking regulation, community banks are going to be able to come back and invest in our small businesses. But on the regulatory front, it's amazing. Remember, that for every one regulation introduced, 2 are going to be removed off the table.
Right.
Well, guess what? It's 12 when introduced. It's amazing.
Well, Alfredo Ortiz, thank you so much for taking the time. That plan that President Trump wants to allow small businesses to pool with other small businesses to provide affordable health insurance, that's a big, big deal.
It is a huge deal, Larry, and I really hope that we have more opportunities to talk about it, because this is the one thing that's going to finally allow, freedom of choice amongst Americans. Right now, Obamacare, it's a disaster. It's falling apart. We need a true fix. And I think this association health plan idea that was proposed by President Trump is now in the Department of Labor, and we're waiting to hear what the Department of Labor is going to do with that. We are so excited about that, because this is finally, again, an opportunity to be able to sell insurance across, be able to finally, once and for all, give affordable health insurance for hardworking Americans across the country.
Well, Alfredo, thank you very much for taking the time. Alfredo Ortiz, U.S. Chamber of Commerce, President and CEO, Job Creators Network. Alfredo, as always, thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
You got it. Hillary